Commando, somewhere, somehow, someone is going to take. That's the tagline. Alright, let's get into it. Here's a brief synopsis of the movie. John Matrix, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, is living an idyllic life with his daughter Jenny in the mountains of undisclosed place. He used to be a Special Forces commando, leading a crack team. The crack team are all being hunted down and assassinated one by one by an unknown group. John Matrix is not killed, his daughter is kidnapped, so that he is forced to do a job for the dastardly General Larry's. Instead of doing the job, John Matrix decides to do what John Matrix does, go on a rampage and get his daughter back while taking out all the bad guys. Assisted by the reluctant Cindy and hunted by the sadistic Bennett, can John Matrix overcome the odds? Yes. Yes, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, so of course he can. Do you want to give a brief synopsis? Yeah, big nasty guy, daughter kidnapped, he goes and gets them, kills all the bad guys, the end. Okay, it's better than Ned makes it sound. No, it's not. This movie opens with John Matrix and his daughter living their idyllic lifestyle. It's just the two of them. No idea what happened to the mother, maybe she died. Probably. It's probably mentioned in the movie and you didn't listen. I did listen. I must have missed it if it's mentioned. Whatever. They also live near a little village. Because they get ice cream, there's an ice cream shop. And she sticks it in his face. It's all very charming. It is charming. And they go and catch fish, and they go and swim. He teaches her karate, and they take a deer. Big Arnold Schwarzenegger feeding a little deer is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's not that funny. It's just, it is. So while he's there, living his best life, his whole team are being taken out one by one. They're all retired. The first person we see taken out is a guy who hears the bin lorry outside his house. He thinks, oh no, I thought bin day was tomorrow. Yeah, his wife's like, go and take the din out. So he runs out, takes the din out. The din then shoot him. Did he not tip them at Christmas? No, these are the assassins. Yeah, it's called a joke. Then we see a car dealership where a customer has been shown a nice new car. He decides to start up, yeah, indoors, and then he just drives through the salesman and through the window and takes the car. That's the same assassin who was disguised as a bin man earlier. Yeah, and then they see him on the docks, down by the river, and there's this guy with a moustache. He's getting on a boat. Yeah, this is Bennett. He's the last surviving member of Arnold Schwarzenegger's team. He sees the assassin on the docks. He seems to give him a little look. Yeah, he might as well be like, hi, I'm here, took the plan into action. He goes onto the boat. The assassin, who we later find out is called Cook, blows up the boat using a remote device. That somehow Bennett's time later. You'll see. You've probably seen it. Well, as with all of our reviews, spoilers abound. So, if you haven't seen this movie, carry on watching, but we're going to spoil it. I mean, it's an Arnold Schwarzenegger 1980s movie. There's not a lot to spoil. You know what's going to happen. Listen, Arnie movies are great. Yeah. Not the most sophisticated movies though. Anyway, back at John Matrix's ranch. Not quite cabin. I don't know. Back at John Matrix's place. He's chopping wood. He sees a reflection in the axe that he's using. Someone sneak up behind him. So he turns around and cuts her head off. No, he doesn't. He turns around and grabs her. It's Jenny, his daughter. That's what leads into the whole montage of them feeding deer and fishing and eating ice cream and all that rubbish. It's not rubbish. Rubbish. But then someone else comes along. A military helicopter. And on this military helicopter is General Kirby. Yeah, Matrix's old commanding officer. And he says, John, sorry to tell you this, that someone's killing members of your old unit. We had to come and tell you, we couldn't just phone you. So now the bad guys can follow us. Okay, which is what they do, to be fair. Yeah. General Kirby leaves, but he leaves a couple of armed guards with Matrix. Yeah, they're hopeless. They're killed instantly. Absolute rubbish. Sacked. Well, they don't need to be sacked, they're dead. Says a paycheck. Yeah. A group of guys appear. They start shooting at Arnold. Yeah, even though they need him to lie, they start shooting at him.
Idiots.
In the house, tells Jenny, go and hide under your bed. He goes to his little log cabin. Yeah, and it's got a little keypad security tag on it. He punches in some numbers. I think it's something like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what the combination is. I don't think it's that basic. 0, 0, 0, 0. No, it's not that basic. The navy is. Anyway, the door flies open and it's an armoury. He's got loads of weapons. Starts taking things out, takes a rifle out and goes around and shooting bad guys. Yeah, but then he goes into his daughter's room, Jenny, and Jenny's gone. And there's this guy sitting with a gun and a little drawing that Jenny did. Yeah, it's like a little heart. It's rubbish. It's not rubbish. And he says, hey, relax, man. We've got your daughter. If you want her back, you're going to have to play ball, right?
Wrong.
Arnold shoots him in the head. He sees the rest of the bad guys driving off. He goes out to his own truck. He opens up his hood. Yeah, he opens up his hood and it's just all like a handful of wires. Where's the engine? They didn't take the engine out. An engine weighs about a ton. It's ridiculous. Well, it's not. I mean, it looks like they've cut cables or something. No. He reaches under the hood and just pulls out a handful of wires. What is going on with that car? Never mind that. He takes the handbrake off, pushes it down the hill, gets in and starts steering it towards the bad guys. He misses on the first time, that then gets to them the second time, crashes into one of them. I hope that's not the one with his daughter in it. All cars come to a stop. All the bad guys jump out. Matrix starts beating them all up. They've all got guns and rifles that he still beats them up. He swings in and out and smashes their faces in. As if. Eventually they overpower him. He is subdued. And Bennett appears. Yeah, and up until now you're supposed to think Bennett is dead. That, like I said at the start, he was like, hiya, to Cook. Well, not quite. He might as well have been. So Matrix says, Bennett, I thought you were... But Bennett cuts him off and goes, dead? You thought wrong, Matrix. That's uninteresting. Is it supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, it's not supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's supposed to be Bennett. Ah! Then it's even worse. Anyway, Bennett shoots him with a tranquilizer. Next thing you know, Matrix is waking up. He's tied to a table somewhere in like a shed or something. Yeah, and he's got all these faces around there looking down at him like, These are all the bad guys. And the leader of the bad guys, Bennett, no, his leader, oh yeah, the General Ares, he has put this plan into motion because he was once the president of a company called Valverde, as seen in Die Hard 2. Oh yeah, that's right. And I think Predator. Definitely one of the Predators. And other things, I think you're right. It's a fictional country, but it's in all these movies. It's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, he was the president of that country, but he was overthrown, and now he wants Matrix to go to the country, take out the new president, who he's apparently friends with, and assassinate him so that Ares can be president again. Yeah. So Bennett drives Matrix to the airport. Yeah, and there's two other guys. One's going to get on the plane with them. The other one's just going to walk into the departure lounge. I don't know why, just to be nice, I think. Yeah, I mean, the way they word it is, Sully here is going to make sure you get on the plane. Enriquez is going to make sure you stay on the plane. And then the guy who is making sure he gets on the plane can just stay with them and be the one who makes sure he doesn't get off the plane until they land. Oh yeah, they could have done that. When they reach the airport, Matrix gets out of the car, leans into the car and says to Bennett, Bennett, I'll be back. Yeah, and then it's like, John, I'll be ready, John. As if it's all romantic. Yeah, well, not quite. Totally. This is truly a romantic movie between Matrix and Bennett. Bennett's in love. Matrix is the unrequited object of his lust. Sully and Enriquez get Matrix to the plane. Sully says, hey, take some time in Valverde, have a few drinks. It'll give us all a chance to get to know your daughter. Ugh. And Matrix says,
You're a funny guy, Sully. I like you. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
So Sully leaves, Enriquez and Matrix get on the plane. Yeah. And instantly, as soon as they sat down, Matrix elbows Enriquez in the face and snaps his neck. And look at this. I think he's done it to the old lady in front of him as well. He's killed her. No, she's just sleeping. Already? She's just taking a seat. Maybe she falls asleep really quickly. No, he's killed her. As the flight's taking off, Matrix decides, right, I'm getting up and getting out of this plane. Yeah, he just gets up. The air stewardess is like, you have to be in your seat during takeoff. And he's like, I'm air sick. And they're fine with it. He gets to the luggage hold, sneaks his way through the plane, and just jumps out where the wheels are coming up. He jumps, he lands, he doesn't break both legs, his spine, or crack his skull. He's fine. All that happens is he takes his jacket off and then starts to run back to the airport departure lounge. Yeah. He sets a little alarm on his watch because he knows the flight is exactly 11 hours. Yeah, and this watch beats so loud. Anyone who's standing next to him must be able to hear that every single second going deed, 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 deed. Inside the airport, Sully is still hanging around and he starts to hassle this young lady he sees. Yeah, this is Cindy, and she's like, I think she's an air steward or a trainee pilot or something. I think she's an air stewardess, but later on she does say she's training to be a pilot. Yeah. Anyway, she's like, get away from me, you creep. In so many words, and he says some very bad words to her. He does not take rejection well. But Matrix sees this, he thinks, aha, here's a way I can follow Sully without arousing suspicion. So he asks Cindy, he forces Cindy, this is the hero of the movie, he forces this young woman to follow this creep who wanted to have his wicked way with her. And she's like, I'm too terrified to do anything. Okay, please don't kill me. Don't worry, in about 15 minutes they'll be best friends. Well, yeah, this is true. 80s movies. So, in Cindy's car, they follow Sully to a mall where he's got a bit of business. Matrix tells Cindy, go over and see Sully and pretend you're flirting with him so that I can get the drop on him. Yeah, so Cindy goes, okay, and she walks away and goes straight to a security guard and says, help, there's a giant man trying to force me to do things, please help me. She is wise. In real life she's wise, but it's a bit of a betrayal to Matrix. She doesn't know him. She's just terrified. She doesn't owe this guy anything, I suppose. Anyway, this leads to a big fight between every mall cop in America versus John Matrix. And he beats him up easily and quickly. One is finally going to shoot Matrix, and then Cindy decides, oh no, actually, I do like this guy. So she shoves the security guard down the stairs. Broke his neck. Well, I don't know about that. Definitely. Well. Anyway, Sully sees all this. He runs off to make a phone call to say Matrix is here. He's not going to Valverde. Take out the daughter. Luckily, Matrix catches him. He catches him in the phone booth as he's trying to dial the numbers, and he lifts up the phone booth, tears it from the floor, and just tosses it over its head like it's an empty trash can. Yeah, he's pretty strong. It's ridiculous. Sully manages to get away, and there's a big car chase. Matrix and Cindy, yeah, she joins in. Matrix and Cindy chase Sully through the streets. They end up in the outskirts of, I think it's Los Angeles, who knows? Who knows indeed. But it's a secluded area next to cliffs. How convenient. Sully crashes his car, he gets out, Matrix catches him, yeah, grabs him and holds him by one ankle over the cliff, and he says,
why not?
Guess I already know.
And he gets a key off him, because Sully's gonna need cook.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Matrix. You did.
I lied.
So Cindy's car is totaled after all this action, so Matrix says, let's just take Sully's car. They get to the motel where Sully was planning to meet Cook. Cindy goes inside the motel room. Matrix waits behind the door. Cook comes along. Cindy pretends she was having a good time with Sully. She lets Cook in. He comes in. Matrix jumps out like, bleh! No, not quite. He jumps out and attacks him. There's a big fight, and it's all this natural stuff, as is mentioned in the movie. There's a big scrappy brawl. Yeah, they dash through a wall into next door of the motel, the next room, where a lady and gentleman are making sweet love, and he's on all fours and she's behind him. Listen, people are into whatever they're into. Anyway, Matrix kills Cook. Yeah. Eventually tosses him over his shoulder onto a big piece of glass. Why is it there? I don't know, it's part of like when they were smashing each other through things. Sure. Anyway, Cook's gone, Sully's gone, Enriquez is gone. No one realises that yet. They'll find out. They go through Cook's pockets, find his car keys, decide let's take his car. Yeah, and luckily in his glove box he has a receipt for a place that sells aviation fuel. That's right, so they decide let's just go there. They go there and they think, well, wherever they're holding Jenny must be on an island, because why else would you be buying aviation fuel? Lots of reasons, but let's not talk about that. Okay, well, they go to the place that sells aviation fuel and instantly find a map of where Jenny is. So this is it. Let's go save my daughter. Yeah, but first, he says, let's go shopping. So they take a digger, like a road digger, a JCD thing. I don't know where they got it, but they drive that through the front of a shop.
They trashed my shop.
And they just take loads of weapons, fill shopping trolleys full of rifles and shotguns and handguns and grenades and all sorts of things. America. But they take ages doing it. Yeah, they do. They take so long that they're arrested. The police shot. Yeah, they put Matrix in the van. Yeah, Cindy's like left to it. And she's still driving Cook's car. So she pulls up behind the police wagon that Matrix is in, takes a rocket launcher from the back of the car and fires it at the police van. Good luck, police guys. And John Matrix, I hope you can dodge missiles. Luckily, the missile lands underneath the truck where it blows up somehow. Yeah. Matrix is free. The cops, who knows?
You learn how to do that.
I read the instructions.
At the bad guy's base, we see Bennett and the general discussing the general's little soldiers.
Listening to your little pissant soldiers trying to talk tough.
He says, your pissant soldiers make me laugh. If John was here, he'd laugh too. Because I love him. Yeah, he doesn't say that. That he does. He might. We also see Jenny locked in this room. Yeah, this room with nothing. Not a bed, not a TV, not even a toilet. She's just sitting on the floor like, this is rubbish. Yeah, she is. Because it is. It sure is. That she easily escapes. Yeah. Somehow she manages to get the door handle off. She's a mechanic. And she uses the metal from that to pull back a plank of wood. Yeah, instead of just going out the door, that's obviously going to open now because it's not got a handle. Oh yeah, that would open the... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Stop nitpicking this movie. Cindy and Matrix get a seaplane. Yeah, remember I said Cindy is training to do a toilet? Well, this is her chance to fly. They fly to this little island that they found in that for.
Okay, here we go.
They land in the sea a couple of miles offshore. Matrix gets in a little paddle boat. Yeah, a little inflatable dinghy. And he rows, he gets into his pants. Nothing else, just his little dress. Says to Cindy, call General Kirby, but not until you see my signal. Yeah, Cindy's like, how will I know? And he says, because all hell will break loose. Nice. As he's rowing to the shore, General gets a phone call saying that the plane has landed in Valverde. Enriquez is dead. There is no sign of John Matrix. So the General puts down the phone and says, kill the girl. Bennett is all smiles about this. Psycho. And he wanders off to find Jenny, but he finds she has escaped. No. Meanwhile on the beach, Matrix is getting pulled up. Yeah, he's painting his face like all stripes, like camouflage. He's got all the weapons in the world. Yes, he has. He basically goes into the grounds, goes on a killing spree, shoots everything that moves. Yeah, they're all trying to shoot him as well, but they're terrible, terrible shots. He even gives a guy a haircut. He hides in the tool shed and uses a saw blade to slice the top of a guy's head off. Other guys get knocked out. They're the lucky ones, that most of them get shot to death or blown up by grenades or other equally, or a garden fork in the chest. That's a bad one. That is pretty bad. Although some guy also gets his arm cut off. Oh, the decade of indulgence. Yeah, not indulgent. Indulgent murders. Matrix finds the general pretty quickly, pretty easily, and guns him down instantly. I thought it was going to be a big showdown. It's like 3 minutes of them shooting each other, and then Matrix like, dang dang, shoots them through the window. Yeah, that disappointing. Well, I mean, the main threat is Bennett, I suppose. Because Bennett is in the same crack Commando unit as John Matrix. This guy is in the same crack Commando unit as this guy. Not a chance. Matrix makes his way to the cellar. It's like a big boiler room underneath the mansion. Yeah, and that's where Jenny is hiding. But Bennett is also down there, and he catches Jenny. Jenny runs out from a corner and goes, Daddy? And Bennett says, no, not Daddy, and grabs her.
No, not Daddy.
He says he'll let the girl go if Matrix lets him just put a bullet in his head. Good deal. But Matrix talks him into having a man-to-man fist fight. Yeah, he's like, come on, Bennett, you don't want to shoot me. You want to put a knife in me. You want to see what's going on behind my eyes as you twisted blade. This is mental. So that's what happens. Bennett says, I don't need the gun, John. I don't need the gun. I don't need the girl. I don't need the girl. Let's fight. So they have a fight. And it's back and forth. It's alright. But it is this guy versus this guy. Bennett is scary. And Bennett is a great villain. But physically, regardless, it is a decent fight. They're back and forth. And eventually, Bennett's getting the upper hand. He's smacking Matrix with a pipe. And then Matrix turns the tables, gets the upper hand on him. And eventually, Bennett pulls out a gun. And he's like, oh, forget this. I'm just going to shoot you. As he should have at the start. Oh, well. But Matrix reaches down for whatever's near him on the ground. He picks up a pipe, throws it with the strength of Zeus, and it entails Bennett goes right through his body, right through his entire body, into a steel pipe behind him, releasing steam. And he says, let us some steam, Bennett. Let off some steam, Bennett. Classic cheese. But there were alternative takes to that, really? Yep. Watch this.
Let off some steam, Bennett. I hate small talk. I think it was too much pressure for you, Bennett. Can't take the pressure, Bennett, huh?
So everyone's dead. Matrix, Jenny head back up to the beach, where Cindy, played by Chong, is waiting by her little plane, and General Kirby and about 3,000 soldiers are just arriving. Yeah, too late, sorry Nate. First of all, thanks for bringing these dead guys to my house. You could have phoned me and said, your unit's been taken out and I'd have been on alert. But instead you came to my house so they could follow you. And now you turned out here. Late! Tuh, General my ass. The music for the end of the movie starts to play as General Kirby says, John, I just want you to come back. Start up your old unit again, even though they're all dead. Well, yeah. And Matrix says, this is the last time. And Kirby says, until next time. And then more music plays. And just at the right time, Matrix says, no chance. And that's the end of the movie.
No chance.
That's a great movie. It's alright. It's good action, good fun, but it's pretty brainless. No, I grew up on this stuff. Yeah, that explains so much. Anyway, trivia.
Movie trivia, are you ready to play?
So on set, Arnold Schwarzenegger helped Alyssa Milano, who played Jenny. He helped her with her homework a lot. Oh, that's nice. He became like a father figure. Cool. See the knoll they fight in? Where he rips the phone booth out the ground. Yeah, that's the same knoll that's in Terminator 2. Really? That is pretty cool. Yeah, sure. And Bennett, right? Do you know who played him? Vernon something? Vernon Wells. That's right, Vernon Wells, Australian actor. Always scary, always good in movies. Yeah, he said his look was Freddie Mercury on steroids. Well, that's Commando from 1985, lasts an hour and a half. and to me it's a classic. To me, it's like a cartoon. It's fine. It's enjoyable enough that don't expect to be, engaging your brain at all. We'll see you next time. Hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. No chance.